at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophies.
Okay, listen guys, let's stop messing around. Look. World champion, Velista 71 from Italy. And what a tremendous performance from Italy. They got gold and they got bronze with...
Hello, good morning, good afternoon to all of you e-sailing sailors sitting around the world. And today I really have to say good morning because some of the sailors that are in this race, it's pretty early morning for them. So let's get ready to rumble. We are here tonight to see the LDLN week battle, or let's call it Friday Cup. They organized it just because for fun. And we're also here just to have some fun today. But it's dead serious. It's top players sitting out there and doing some real serious e-sailing. The format is quite simple. It's 5 races back to back. There will be a discard after race number 5, and then there will be a medal race in the F50. It's the J-boat, it's the Laser, it's the 49er, it's the NACRA 17 with an upwind start, and then it's the NACRA with a reach start, and then we have the EF50. We have names like Jose Ranocido, Sean Bourne, it's pretty early for him, Greek 9, currently leading the world ranking list, Kirkwell, Lord Barry, Bandito, Yavinho, Arthur is there, Kaladraka, also known as Blackbeard, Norsiet is there, Samuel is there, Ramon, Core Team, Bradley Adam, EVT, that's the first time I see him. VH GPR, VH Great Britain is also there. Martin Fernandez, and then we have a new Spanish guy I haven't seen before. Quite interesting how I'm going to say his name. I think it's Eguyer or something like that. I will learn during tonight's races. And we are actually getting ready for race number 1. So let's go in and have some fun. And this is race number 1, and we see 19 skippers ready from the start of 20 skippers, and they're coming in here getting ready to race around the course. And today, of course, we also have a beautiful extra view. If we can get it to work, we'll just have to do some magic for it. But see here, they're battling for the starting line. They're coming towards the committee boat in the start. Quite interesting who will start what in the J-boat. And remember, in the J-boat, you win and lose it downwind, upwind. You have not much to do, but something you can do when you're going downwind. Let's see if we can get our second view on it. 20 seconds to start, and we are getting ready with the camera here. Let's have it in here. There we go. The camera is coming up, second view. We have it down there in the bottom. Let's see what happens with the players. 5 seconds to the start. Right now we are following one of them going over here to the side. It's Norsiet, but further to the pin end we have Kaladraka, Blackbeard. Right now we have a full start to Core Team. He is having a slow start. Then we have EVT in position 17. Renasido, and it's pretty hard when there are 19 sailors or 20 sailors in this race, and that means that a lot of battles coming in and a lot of things can happen. When we are watching it over here in the 2D view, we can see right now they are battling and crossing a lot. Some boats going to the right hand side, and let's see who that is. That's Core Team, but it's Yavinho. Maybe he's getting a new couch today since he's going to the right hand side. Let's see how that will unfold. Let's go a little bit closer in the 2D view. Let's just follow the battle in the middle, because there we can see a lot of crossings at the moment. Right now it's crossings here with Kirkwell. He's coming in. We can see him here in front of us. He's currently in the lead, and let's follow him in the 2D mode. Here he's 7 in the 2D mode, but he's 2nd overall. So let's see how that will unfold. Vinho in the lead. He is crossing to the left-hand side at the moment. We can see they're all trying to find some wind. It's okay speed upwind, 5.6 towards the top mark. It's a long upwind leg, and they're going to do that 2 times. So let's see how this will unfold. A lot of things can happen in the downwind. But right now, there are only, it looks like from top 13 and up, there's only 30 meters to the leaders. This means to the leading boat. This means everybody can be in the race and win it. And that's how it's going to be. But right now it looks hard for EVT. It looks hard for Martin Fernandez. And it also looks pretty hard for Renacito. And when you're doing 5 races back to back with 1 discard, then a lot of things can happen. But you have to remember one thing. It's called consistency, consistency, consistency. Right now we have a huge battle in the left-hand side. Let's go over there. We just had core team in front of us. Here we have Lord Bury, then we have Kirkwill, we have Samuel Sanchez, we have Chamboudou, who won the last stream we were taking in. Nauseous is attacking him. When we are watching it from the top view, we can see he's being pressured a little bit outside here to the ley line, and that's where the battle are going. We are getting ready to entering the top mark. Let's see how this this will do. A lot of boats coming from starport, some of them port side, but right now it looks like they all want to go on the inside of the mark, except Vinho and core team. Sean Bourne is also one of them, so let's see how they will perform. Here is the first top mark of today. Let's also get the first top mark of today on the overview, and let's see the players come into it. There we see the battle. We can see how it will unfold right now. We can see who is in danger of getting a penalty right now. Ramon coming first on the inside. Vinho coming 2nd. Kirkwill 3rd. But see what happens. A lot of penalties. First penalty coming in there to VH, GPR and Chamboudou, but also Bradley Adam. And we saw in the top view where they came in the angle. We can really see here the difference in between coming in a starport and a port side, and that was how this penalties was coming up. The fleet is assembled. There's nobody sneaking away. Ramon trying to sneak away, but remember it's the J boat. It has a wind shadow of 30 meters, but let's see the wind going downwind. There's a very low wind downwind, and it's a long lake, 6.2, 6.4. So a lot of things can happen. Let's try to follow the leading pack here. Let's just see how they are crossing to opposite sides. The fleet is splitting up, trying to find some wind. Chamboudou in 7th, Vinho in 2nd, Ramon going to the right hand side, Bradley going to the left hand side. Right now we can't see where there's wind. It's very light, the wind we have at the moment. So this is how it's going to unfold. So 6.5, it's one of the slow races downwind. Normally we see these boats when there's just a little bit of wind pressure going with a speed called 15 knots when they really are hitting maximum speed. Martin Fernandez in 9th. I have to say he's one of the talents, one of the top talents from the Portuguese league, and he's trying to come in. See Chamboudou, he's caught in wind shadow. Chambon from Japan. It's very early for him. He just said, I need some coffee to play today. And that's maybe also what he's going to have. Bradley Adam coming in. Let's get an overview now, because now it's going to be interesting to see the battle when they're coming closer to the gate mark. We'll just put the gate marks in front of us in the overview. Then we can see the fleet will arrive. See which side they will go to. Right now, it looks like it's a little bit favored to go to the far side for us in the 3D mode. So the opposite side of the mark, the far mark away where Ramon is going over. We won't tell you why, but we can see it on the radar that is the favorite side. Core team going in, a lot of penalties. See how they're clustering up. There might be penalties. No, it looks like, see how clean they're coming around there in the mark rounding. Very, very exciting. Good race here in the Spanish in this Spanish club here. Champedroux with a penalty, trying to get away. Sean Bon with a penalty. So the two invites, the one from Singapore, the other one from Japan, penalized here and dropping positions. Interesting how this will unfold, but one thing is for sure, Ramon is trying to sneak away, and does he hit around 30 meters as he is at the moment in front of the other boats, and second place is Core Team. He's placed here in second. Then he will have a very good position and coming in and taking the win because he cannot be caught in the downwind action. Let's try to have the top cam with us. Here we have Samuel. He's currently in third. He's crossing upwind now. He's here in the yellow. Vinho going to the left hand side. Quite interesting what we'll do, but right now it looks like the boats are going to the left hand side. There's a little bit more wind pressure, and see the windsocks up there. According to them, the wind is coming from left towards right, and that's why the boats are placing themselves here in port side at the moment. Ramon in the lead, 50 meters in the lead. Great job by him, but remember, this measurement is from the tip of his boat to the tip of the boat of the second place, so that might only be around 30 meters when they're coming there. But let's get ready. We are getting ready to the mark rounding. It's coming up, and we will just have our cam on there because a lot of action will happen there for the secondary positions. But one thing is for sure, Ramon is coming in. Nauseous in 6, side by side with Martin Fernandez. Y. Yeah, I have to say that's a good name, but it's not an official name. I don't hope so. So let's see here what's happening. Mark rounding coming in. We have a picture on Vinho. The mark rounding coming in. Let's zoom a little bit down because a lot of action will come in there. Samuel coming in third. Kirkwell fifth. But see here, Y. He needs to bear away, go behind, but he catches up a penalty by Core Team because he's sailed in front of him. Nice view in the 2D view that we could see that penalty. Martin Fernandez, Nauseous, rest of them are coming like pearls on a string. Nobody attacks each other. Very fair racing. Not that aggressive as we sometimes see in these races. Sean Bourne in 14th. Lord Bury, it looks like all the international sailors are having a hard time against these Spanish sailors in LDLN club. And it's also quite interesting to see. Let's try to get a downwind action here. Let's see one of the battles in the top view. Let's go to around Core Team and see how that will unfold. That's where we are right now. We can see one boat sneak away. That's Nauseous, trying to get away from them. The same thing Core Team does. Again, a very light wind downwind, so being caught in wind shadow will be very costly. Here we see a small battle. Martin Fernandez trying to attack Y, but he sneaks away. They're all crossing towards the middle. They're going to the left hand side. It's a huge ley line we have there. See, and it's moving in here, so the very light wind for all of them, but good battles we are having. Well, let's see how it's going here. We have in 2D mode, we have Kirkwell versus Core Team, and interesting if Core Team wants to attack him or he's satisfied with the 5th place. But let's zoom a little bit out just to see what the rest of the fleet are doing there. We have the perfect overview. It looks like Ramon is taking the first win today. Samuel Sanchez is taking second, but 3rd place. That's quite interesting. See Kirkwell crossing in. We can also see that in 2D mode. See that he's just crossing in front of Y. Quite aggressive here and also quite dangerous. See how close they are to each other here in this case. Core Team coming in with win. But if they're battling too much, the other boats will take over. Vinho will take... will he take second or third? It looks like he takes second. And did we have a penalty here? Y. See how close they are. They're really trying to penalize each other. Watch it in 2D mode and see how it goes. Vinho takes second. Samuel Sanchez takes third. But see who sneaks in 4th. Coming from behind. Martin Fernandez found some win in the right hand side. Kirkwill battling it out. Court team penalizing VREY. Why have these names? I'm also saying that a lot of penalties coming in here. We can also see that in the 2D mode here. Let's see how this is unfolding here at the moment. Great races. Lotbury coming in 13. Amazing to see how that ended up. But we will have the final confirmation in a few sec to see the first positions in race number 1. And race number 1 coming in here. We can see Ramon in the lead. Second place, Vinho. Samuel third. Martin Fernandez sneaks up and takes fourth. Kirkwill fifth. Core team 6. VH Great Britain 7. Norset 8. YVRY 9th. Jose 10th. Bradley 11. Lotbury 12th. EVT is 13. 14 to the new Spanish sailor. I don't know much about him. Chambon in 15. Caladraca in 16. Chambordeaux in 17. Renacito 18. And 2 players didn't come to the start. One of them is Greek 9. Somebody is writing in the chat that he might drink too much vodka. Kirkwill in the best start. We have Javinho in with the best average speed. But interesting to see how many jibes Samuel Sanchez made. And when we can see here, one guy winning in the downwind action for the finish line was Martin Fernandez. We saw how he came from way behind. See the yellow line here. He was actually all the way in 13th position, and suddenly to the finish line he ended up fourth. So great job by the young talent from Portugal. It's always interesting to see these races, but we also have this thing with low wind at the moment, and it's because VRE has implemented real-time wind at the moment, and that's how it is. And we can also see that in the laser we are going to have now. Interesting in the laser, because the laser is a little bit slower than the J boat, and they really need to work it out. So let's see how that works for them. And the players are not very satisfied with the wind shift at the moment. They're writing that in the chat, but that's how it is. We can see the players are coming in at the moment, and we are preparing to see what will happen with them. This is the star boat. Let's see. A little boat, normally one person in it. It's ready to race. A lot of people know it because a lot of people have sailed the laser boat. Sorry, the laser boat. So interesting how this will work. I haven't seen many laser boat races, but I just know it's a little bit slow boat, and they also need to pool the boat, as they call it, where they bear away and go a little bit outside to pressure the wind into the sail. And it's like pooling in the sail in real life. So let's get ready to rumble. And it's race number 2 out of 5 races back to back with 1 discard we are going to have here now. And it is in the Spanish club LDLN. And it's the Friday series, and we are getting ready for it. And interesting what will happen here. Right now I can see Greek 9 is back in the race. We are missing 1 player, but he might not be able to join. It's Bandito we are missing at the moment. And I can tell a funny story about Bandito. For a long time he raced with a unicorn on his sail and a pink sail. But because of his name and the way we are commentating here on the channel, suddenly he changed sail, because named Bandito and sail with a pink sail with a unicorn on, that is not always the most coolest thing to do. Let's see how this will unfold. We have some few players going here to the pin end. We will have the 2D view on a few sec. Then we can have an overview of everything. Let's get it on. There we have the 2D view. Let's see if we can go into the middle. 19 players from the start. They are moving a little bit around here. Oh, And then we have this server glitch, but don't worry, we have the 2D mode with us down there where there's no server glitch. Fantastic. So we can see what happens while we are moving into the server again. It's good, we are just here to have some fun and to relax and see some good action. And that's what we're going to see here. A lot of boats going at the committee boat. Let's lock the start line here at the committee boat and see what happens. And there we can see how they are getting ready for positions. We have one outside in the starting zone at the moment. I can't see who it is, but he's going to do a downwind start. Interesting call. 2 other boats going to do it. So they're going to use their penalties to make sure they're not getting a penalty in the start. Let's zoom a little bit into the starting line. There we go. They are approaching it. 15 seconds to the start. There we have it. They are spread out, but we have 3 boats in the zone, in the starting zone. So let's see how it's coming in. 1 boat. Oh, not well timed by Kaladratka and Yavinho. They took a chance, but not well timed by them. But that's also how it happens. We can see the fleet is splitting a little bit up. 1 boat didn't come to the start. That's Norshut. There he rounded the mark and crossing the starting line in 16 positions. So 1 boat hasn't crossing the starting line. No, that's Yavinho. He has crossed it. And over here, Shambutru. And see here, we see these funny movements with the laser. And it's because they're pooling the sails like in real life. And that's how we are going into it. There we go. Norshut in the middle. Let's go to the left-hand side. Please hire me, VRE. One guy is changing his name all the time. And that means we can't see who he is. We can see it in the final result. There we go. Core team coming in, pressuring Renasido. Akone coming with him. We have Greek 9. Sean Bourne. Please hire me in the lead. Then Bradley Adam in the middle. Interesting. Let's watch this battle over here. See how the green boat is, Renasido is pressuring out the blue boat. Core team tacked up behind him and was caught in wind shadow. Opposite side, Kaladratka and Yavinho went to the right hand side. And in 2D mode, let's see if we can find them a little bit here. See what happens over here. A little bit battle coming up here. But Bandito, Samuel Sanchez, they look like they are in better position. But Yavinho coming in with, I have to say, with speed. I know 4.4 knots is not speed, but he's coming in a better position than the other boats. And they are pretty slow, so he might be in a very good position entering the mark rounding zone. The mark rounding is coming nice and slowly up to us. We're getting ready for it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of boats will hit each other up there or will be in battle, especially from position 7 and down, because they are so close in this race. 3.2 knots, 4.5 knots, 3.3 knots. Low wind, slow wind. It is the laser. It's a small boat, small sails. I could actually take some oars and row faster than that, but that's not the case here. Yavinho, Samuel Santos, Bandito up here. Close battle coming in front of Bradley Adam. Let's see the mark rounding. It's coming in here. Let's zoom a little bit in just to see how this will unfold. There we have them. This is going to be a very close battle. Bandito coming in. Samuel Sanchez in second. Bradley Adam. Yavinho. Please hire me on the inside. He needs to bear away. Going around. Nice turn in front of Yavinho. There, Chambon just hit. Yavinho didn't do it as nice as the other. Chambon with a penalty. Greek 9. Did he round the mark? I couldn't see it here. I didn't watch it. To the penalty to Kaladratka. And then we have core team coming in the last position. Wind pressure is coming. A lot of things are happening in the downwind. They are getting the sail into the wind. It's like the star boat. There's no big sails or no spinnaker on this boat. So we can see here the wind shadow coming in. And let's see if we can calculate how big this wind shadow is. But a lot of battles coming in. Let's see if we can catch some of the battles in the 2D mode. because this is quite interesting to see. Here we have the battle in front of us. It's Javinho against Please Hire Me VRE, and then in front we have Bradley Adam and Samuel Sanchez. They are coming to the mark roundings here at the gate mark. Samuel with a penalty for hitting the mark. A very unforced penalty, and we will keep the 2D mode in the mark rounding zone if we are allowed to it. Let's see if we can capture it. Oh, let's see if we can capture it. We love sometimes what we can do here in this game. There we go. And there we can have all the boats coming in. Court team, pressure, EVT coming in. They're spreading out, some going to the left-hand side, some going to the right-hand side. And see how close the ley line on the right-hand side is. And at the same time, the wind pressure is coming from right-hand side. So interesting is Chambon is going all the way to the right-hand side. He didn't do that. He's crossing in, but he will cross in front of some of the boats. And here we see this characteristical move with the laser. He's pushing the sails, going behind, tacks away. Nice coverage by Javinho going in front of him. Another battle coming in here. It's a Norset against Champedrew coming in, and they're getting ready to round this top mark for the second time. And this time it's a little bit more spread out. They're coming in there. It's still Bandido in the lead, winning this upwind race. And quite interesting in laser how to race it, because it looks like you can both win it upwind and downwind. So a new type of boat coming in. Please Hire Me, pressing away Greek 9. Greek 9 then sailed into Javinho. We saw that in 3D mode. Great stuff here, great battle. When you watch this afterwards to analyze the race, then nice job by him. Lord Bury also with a penalty. More boats coming in here. Penalty to Champedrew. Caladraca, Blackbeard, Renecido caught him in a sandwich. And it's not just a sandwich, it was a Spanish sandwich. Let's follow in 2D mode the middle of the fleet here. We have here in front of us. We can see it's going to be a win for Bandido, but let's see. There's 64 meters up. The wind shadow of this boat is just going to calculate around 21 meters. So Samuel coming in here. Please Hire Me in fourth. Lord Bury, 28 meters from the tip of the boat to the tip of the boat. This means around 21 meters up. Let's see. He's just capturing Please Hire Me in the wind shadow. Quite interesting there what's going on. Then we have another battle. That's Greek 9 and Javinho. They're going to have a good battle there. Let's see if we can get them into the 2D mode, because that will be a battle of giants. Let's try to follow them. There we have those in 2D. Watch them in the 2D while we're seeing Please Hire Me. Is going away from Lord Bury, trying to get out of that wind shadow. He's only losing 0.1 knots, but he's jibing the boat a lot here to try to sneak away. A victory to Bandido, a second place to Bradley Adam. Samuel will get third, but interesting to see here Greek 9 against Javinho. Will there be a battle, or will he just pressure him out? Lord Bury coming in, Please Hire Me. The sail switches side. Chambon in the middle. A little bit faster. 0.1. Is that what is going on? Let's see here. We can see in the top view who's going to win it. It's going to be Javinho taking it. Then Greek 9 comes in and Chambon. Great stuff. Great finish. We love when we have this 2D view mode, because then we can see everything that's happened. Right now, 18th place. Last position is for the skipper from Singapore. This time he's not awake. Last time he won the race. And here we have the stats coming in. Confirmation, Bandido winning, Bradley Adams second, Samuel Sanchez third, Please Hire Me in fourth, Lord Bury fifth, Javinho 6, Greek 9, 7, Chambon 8, Norset 9, Orkney in 10th, VH 11, EVT 12, Ramon 13, Caladraca 14, Renecido 15, Core Team 16, Jose 17, and the boat from Singapore 18. Best start for Chambon from Japan. He's very fresh this morning, but from that start it didn't go well. You can see like he got a penalty, dropped straight away to 6, and from there was only one way, and that was down, and then he battling himself way back to the 8th position. Small battle for second and third. That was in the upwind battle, and that one Bradley Adam won over Samuel Sanchez, and that's how it unfolds. That was the start. The laser boat. I have to get used to a new boat type here, and let's go in and see how the overall view is right now at the moment. At the moment in Sail Ranks, that's program sailranks.com, made for sailors by sailors, and it's the community creating it, and it's fantastic because we can get the score in there straight away. We can see two third places to Samuel Sanchez, giving him 6 points. Yavinho a second place and a sixth place. 8, Martin Fernandez fourth and fourth. Bandito a victory and a ninth, giving 10 points. Also Bradley starting in the J-boat very slow and then getting second in laser, getting him 13 points. Then also win for Ramon and a 13, getting 14 points. But remember, there will be one discard, but having 11 and 13 points already now will be hard when we are coming into the discard. It's fantastic. It's very late here in Scandinavia, but the Spanish players love to play at this time in evening, and that's why we are playing here right now. Race number 3 is coming up. We're getting ready for it. It's the 49er. We're going to see a little bit faster boat, so let's hope there are some wind. And the 49er, we love that boat. It's the fastest keel boat they have in the game. Normally a 2-man boat, and we can see here it's like a small plane flying on the water, and we really love and enjoying it. The 49er, you're winning upwind and losing downwind. This means if you're doing upwind race very well, then you can actually win 20 to 30 meters when there's wind. And then if you're doing your downwind very bad, going to the wrong side and not capturing the wind, then you can lose 50 meters again. We're getting ready for the start. There's 15 seconds to it right now. The sailors just sailing around. We have some skippers here at the pin end. We can't see who it is after the scoreboard has changed, but it's the French boat, it's EVT, and then one of the Spanish boat, but rest of the boats right now are clustering up at the committee boat. 30 seconds, let's see overview how they are positioning themselves. There we have them. Let's go a little bit closer into the middle. There we have the starting line. We have most of the boats coming in. Let's zoom a little bit out so you can use it for practice. Going to the opposite side so we see the whole fleet. No, we will go over here. There we have it, 14 seconds to the start. We can see how the fleet is splitting up here. But right now it looks like a clean start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there is the go. And no false start, but a slow start for core team and this yellow boat. We can't see who it is, but it's one of the Spanish. And a penalty to Avino and a slow start. That is very, very costly for him. That will be so costly that he will come far, far behind. Kaladraka, Blackbeard coming first. Let's this time go up to this view, the chopper view. It's a long time we have been here. Right now it looks like most of the boat going towards the middle. Please hire me, Samuel Sanchez, VH, Bandito also. But it's Blackbeard we are following right now. Clean race, upwind towards the middle. It's only a few boats. There are more to the right hand side. That's Ramon, and they're getting ready to tack in front of the others, cross to the left hand side. But it's still in the middle of the race course. They're going upwind. Small battles in the middle of penalty. Who did get that penalty? No, that was just a viewer, Bill Stevens. Welcome in the view. Just go to Esailing TV, then you can see the view a whole other way. This boat, we can't see who it is. He's Spanish. He's currently in one of the last positions, opposite side. We have Ramon. Let's see in the top view here, we can see like small bees. It's quite clean race they're doing at the moment. We have Greek 9 in the middle. Let's just keep it on him. He's in the middle. He's here right now in front of us. And they're all going to the left-hand side, to the left ley line. crossing over. Some boats are in a better position than others. We can see Bandito, Kirkwill. When we're watching it here, we can see they will come in front of the others when they tag up towards the top mark. Right now we can see what we talked about. Upwind you can win around 20 to 30 meters if you're doing it right. We can see 3 boats are doing it quite well. It's VH, it's Bandito, and it's Caladraca. And they are around 20 meters in front of the next positions. There's coming in here 5th and 4th. That's Kirkwill. 20 meters down to him. They are approaching the top mark. VH coming in here. Let's see if we can get ready for some top mark action. This is also going to be one of those fantastic battles we're coming up to. Ramon coming from starboard. Let's get ready to see it here. They're entering the mark rounding zone now. They're crossing in front of each other. Small battles. We can see some of the battles is unfolding a little bit south from us here. That was Champedrew again losing it. Let's go a little bit closer because this is interesting. This is what we can use to. VH coming first. Bandito second on the inside turn. Kirkwill inside turn. Ramon coming starport. Penalty. Kirkwill. Samuel Sanchez coming in. Bradley Adam. Then we have Caladraca with a penalty. EVT with a penalty. A penalty to Greek 9. A lot of penalties coming in here. A lot of studies behind afterwards this race. Please hire me with a penalty. And Akone also with a penalty. And Sean Bourne. So that was totally 7 penalties in one mark rounding. Amazing to see that. And that will give a gap to VH, Bandito and Ramon. They can sneak away. And they will sneak away in the downwind action. Kirkwill trying to go out of the battle. Trying to place himself on the inside. Interesting call, losing a little bit of momentum when you got the spinnaker up, but he is in a position where he can defend himself against Jose. 4 boats sneaking away. Let's try to go up to them. It's VH, it's Bandito, it's Ramon, and it's Bradley Adam, and all of them can just manage to capture each other in the wind shadow. Behind them, the fleet is very spread out because of all these penalties. We have in 15 here in the middle is Champedrew. Then we have Please Hire Me. In 12, we have Lord Bury, we have EVT. Then we have the Greek 9, Court Team, Sean Bourne, and Samuel. The first boats are approaching the mark rounding zone. We will love to have the mark rounding zones with us also here in the 2D mode. So let's see the mark rounding. We can also see when we're coming in there which side is best to turn to. Right now it is the right hand side of our 3D mode, the far side here. There's the best to turn to mark round in the gate. Ramon also going that way. Bradley Adam coming down there. Samuel Sanchez coming down there. Oh, interesting. Bradley going to opposite side and trying to go to the right hand side straight away. See the windsocks up there. He's actually going against the wind at the moment. But I think he wants to go a little bit upwind and then cross in to see if he can get some wind pressure like EVT is already doing here. A lot of penalties at the other mark here. Interesting. They're just coming so close to each other. And then they sailed into each other and making another huge gap. Let's follow the leaders. Let's see how that will approach here. Bradley Adam in 5th. Ramon in 3rd. Bandito in 2nd. VH in 1st. And Samuel Sanchez in 4th. And it looks like VH is taking it away. He's more than 32 meters in front of Bandito. Bandito has 40 meters to Ramon, and Ramon has 10 meters. So there's a small battle between Ramon, Bradley Adam, and Samuel Sanchez, but the 2 leading boats, it looks like they're actually sneaking away. And there will be no chance for them to capture up. So let's see if we can see it much better in the 2D view. So we just get that confirmed. Here we have the leading pack and see how much VH1 is in the lead. Then we have Bandito in 2nd, Ramon in 3rd. We have Samuel Sanchez and Bradley Adam. And we can see how Ramon and Samuel also in the 2D view, how close they are to each other. So they are going to battle for the positions. Bradley Adam is, according to server, in 4th. But let's see what happens. He's crossing up already, tagging up towards the top mark. A little bit early where the others are pressing each other all the way to the ley line. Oh, straight attack there from Ramon. on Samuel Sanchez, but Samuel was ready for it. Bandito in front of them, not touching them with wind shadow, but are in a little bit in control. Second mark rounding coming up. Let's get ready for that. Let's see the action here. I'm pretty sure we'll see Samuel and Ramon battling it out. Bandito coming second. This is a very close battle. Let's go into it. Let's see here. The mark rounding. Very controlled by Samuel there. So that was great. Then we can see here Bradley coming in. EVT, Kirkwell, and now we will have a little bit crowded again. Let's see here. 4 boats coming in. Jose, Nordshirt, Caladraca, penalty to Jose for sailing into Nordshirt. Then also no other penalties. Very clean mark rounding by all of them. Great race, but there's a huge gap to the leading boats. And when we're going back to the leading pack, we can see 2 boats sneaking away. As said, VH GPR is winning this. Bandito is taking second. There is a small battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Let's see if we can capture this one in the 2D mode, just to see if we can follow them down there and see how this will unfold, because this is quite interesting what's going to happen. Right now it looks like Samuel sneaks away from that battle. We have it here in 2D, in 3D. Let's see the 2D. Then we can see Ramon in the black boat. He's afraid of Bradley Adam, who can take him in the wind shadow. Samuel also coming in right now. They're pushing themselves in good positions not to be attacked. Samuel, he just managed to go outside of the wind shadow. We can really see that in the 2D mode. And now the cross is coming in from Ramon. Straight away, Bradley attacks him, but Ramon straight away jibes away. Oh, let's have the 2D with us. They are over there. Let's have this battle. That's the most interesting battle at the moment. But see, Bradley, he actually made a small gap to Ramon in this case. Coming in there, attacking. Great management by Ramon. Just managed to go on the inside. At this time, his time to attack. And a penalty. Did he hit him there? Or is just VRE saying he hit him? It is a game. It is an algorithm. So, Ramon winning it in front of Bradley Adam. Great race there. EVT coming in. Kirkwell coming in. And then we have a lot of boats way behind. Rinocido, Core Team, Jose, Greek 9, Agone. All of them battling for the secondary positions. Caladraca coming in 10th. There's a small battle here. We can see it here also unfolding. It's Jose, it's Core Team, it's Agone. Chambadou coming on the outside. Will he win some meters? Yeah, he's coming from 18, taking positions. Greek 9 defends his position, but see there, sneaking up. He's not getting 17, he's getting around 11. Court Team, Jose, and rest of the fleet coming in. That was race number 3. Congratulations to VH GPR of taking a win. Bandito again a podium position. 2nd, Samuel Sanchez 3rd. Ramon 4th, then we have Bradley Adam 5th. We have EVT in 6th, Kirkwell 7. Nordshirt, he's getting 8. Lord Brewery 9. Caladraca 10. Please hire me 11. Yavinho 12. Greek 9 13. And then we saw the boat from Singapore coming all the way from behind to 14. And I'm pretty interesting to see it here on this map here. See, he came from position 17 to 14. Found some wind in the right hand side. And took the advantages of it and won meters on it and positions. Samuel Sanchez won the upwind leg, the second upwind leg. We can see he won it over Ramon and Bradley Adam. And as I said, this race, you're winning upwind and losing downwind. And that was how race number 3 was unfolding. And let's see what that's doing to the stats in Sail Ranks when it's ready. Sail Ranks is, again, I have to say, it's one of the best organizer tools for scoring when you're doing fast races like we're doing in Esailing. And it really works very well because the race officers can upgrade it straight away when they have the scoreboard. And see, already now we have all the scores in there. So let's see it. Samuel still in the lead, taking his 3rd podium position. 3rd time he's on the 3rd place. Bandito, if he didn't have that bad start with a 9 place, then he has been in the lead. A victory and a second. Then we see Ramon coming back on it. Remember, there will be a discard after race number 5, but having 9, 13, 11 in the discard already, that's a hard one. So you're not allowed in a race with 20 registered or 19 skippers from the start to do any mistakes. That will be very costly. And we are getting ready for race number 4. Race number 4 coming in, and race number 4 we are going to the foil boats. We're going to the NACRA 17, and we are already ready in the game. There we have it. We love it. The small NACRA 17 fast boat. This time we're going to have some speed, and the first race we're going to have with this beautiful boat is going to be a upwind, downwind, upwind, so the classic format. And the second race, we're going to see it 2 times, will be with a reaching start. And that's 2 different tactics. And again, I have to say, this is the NACRA. The NACRA, you win upwind and lose downwind. But the way you win it upwind is that you're not putting yourself in the strongest wind if there's a high wind pressure, but you put yourself in the middle wind, in between the wind pressure zones. Then you will get the best part out of the NACRA. And it's funny to say that way, but that's actually what we experience in this game. If you're putting the NACRA 17 into too much wind, you actually lose momentum. And it's because it's a light boat. Also in real life, a light catamaran. It's one of Wind Whisper's, one of our co-commentators' favorite boat. He really loves when it's going fast. So there we go. We're getting ready for race number 4 out of 5 and a middle race. We're waiting for 1 player. We're missing 1 player to join in. While we can see Sean Bourne coming flying here. Black and with the Japanese flag in the top. This is not one of the Japanese bombers on the Second World War, but he is, I have to say, when he is playing at the best, he might be one of the top Japanese sailors we have in VRE. The Japanese community is growing at the moment. It's growing bigger and bigger. They just created their own group, their own Discord group also, where they're organizing races, they're organizing weekly regattas, and they're also going to have a championship. And as I remember, they're also part of the Nations Cup that's coming up. And we are quite interested what's going to happen with Nations Cup. One thing we know is there will be a final with 2 nations in that final. And there's a huge chance that we here on Esailing TV will cover that final. 18 skippers from the start. Bradley Adam couldn't come from the start. He might have some issues with internet or forgot to put electricity on his mobile phone or his device. And here we see the red zone in front of us coming in the game. When there's 1 minute left, then you're not allowed to enter that zone. Let's get our top cam view on. We can see all the boats most of the boats placing themselves here at the committee boat. Looks like there's a good wind pressure here. They come with speed, and then they will round the committee boat and go to the right hand side straight away. Interesting tactics coming up. Let's see it here from the we're too far away when we go to the opposite side. So let's try to follow it here. We have it from the top view. We have the boat here, the committee boat. Let's see if we can see some action here. The boats are splitting up. Some boats are going a little bit far to the left hand side. Try to find some room. 1 boat coming from the pin end. 1 penalty to Lockbury. 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we can see the start coming in. Penalty galore. False start. Please hire me and Champadu with a false start. Ramon with a penalty. Jose with a penalty. It's an okay start for court team and Sean Bourne here in the pin end. Going to the left hand side, but it's Samuel Sanchez in the lead. Once again, he wants to show that he is going to win this today. We're going to the chopper because this is going a little bit fast. Court team coming in. Sean Bourne crossing in. Samuel, Bandito, opposite side. We have Champadu, but he's too far away. Kaladraka Core team going all the way to the ley line. Interesting call here. Let's see if we can follow the middle a little bit in the top team. We'll try to see it from Chambon. There's not much to see because they are so spread out that we cannot see it, but we are having 5 boats. That's here from Chambon, VH and Bandito in the middle here. Small cross coming in here from Norsets. Core team coming in. Interesting right now, very clean race. Across from Ramon. Went to the right hand side, and it's quite interesting that boats going to most of the boats sometimes going to the right hand side. I know it's the world champion Villas 7-1's favorite side, and as I remember, it's something to do with that top mark up there and the starting line where they are placed beside each other, or if we're taking a straight line into them. Lord Brewery coming in. We are getting ready to the top mark rounding, and that's going to be pretty fast. So let's have the top view with us. The players have not entered the zone right now. Yavino coming first. Great race by him. He's entering the zone now. There he goes around. Second place, Chamboudou coming in. He's coming back in the top. Lord Brewery coming in. Penalty to one of the skippers there. Another penalty. Oh, he's still in the penalty. Agonet. Chambon coming in, Greek 9, Kaladraka, core teams. He did went to the left-hand side, and they dropped down. They were in the lead in the start, but they dropped down in the upwind. And as I said, in the Nacra 17, like the 49er, you're winning upwind and losing downwind. We have 2 boats sneaking away. That's Javinho and that's Chamboudou. Lord Bury, Kirkwill, Ramon, and VH Great Britain are getting ready to attack each other. Let's see if we can get some top view on that battle, see how close they are for each other. This might doing it. There we have the 4 boats. Let's he's sneaking away. The boat we are following right now. Ramon is there. They're going to the left hand side. Ramon, VH, GPR, but it's Javinho coming first, and interesting to see the mark rounding here. There we have the mark rounding from Javinho. And again, we didn't manage to capture that mark. There we go. The mark rounding coming in, but we want to see it with all the marks on. There we go. There we can see all the boats here going to the closest side to us except one. And if we're really analyzing this mark rounding, it doesn't matter which side you're going to, because right now there's eagle wind there, but we can see the windsocks coming from the right hand side at the moment, pressing wind to the left hand side. So interesting call to see Chambon. He's going a little bit more to the right hand side than the rest of the fleet, and then they're crossing in, maybe so they can cover up each other. Greek 9 coming in, a little bit trouble. Sean Bourne pressing. Oh, Greek 9 just managed to cover him there. Opposite side, we see Bandito going left hand side. He's crossing his fingers. That might come a wind shift. I'm not sure there will be one in favor for him. He didn't have the best upwind leg in the first race, and it looks like he's not going to have the best one in the second upwind leg. VH TBR in 5th, Lord Brewery in 4th, Ramon in 3rd, Chamboudou and Javinho. Fleet quite split it up, Greek 9 also. It's a very fair race today, but it's also looks like the fleet is automatically splitting up. It's not they're not that aggressive. They're not following each other that well. We can really see it. Then we're getting ready to the next mark rounding here coming in. Let's see it from the top view. Boats coming in. First boat rounding is Javinho. Second boat rounding is Chamboudou. Third boat will be Ramon. See, he needs to change the angle a little bit. See, every time he goes up the wind, he's losing a little bit of momentum. See, he just managed to do it. Gets the boat around that mark. Then Chambon coming in. Let's zoom a little bit into the mark. There we see it. A lot of skippers coming in here. Oh, Lord Brewery doing the same thing. Samuel Sanchez with a penalty. Agonet with a penalty. Greek 9 with a penalty. And all because Lord Brewery lost his momentum, slowed down, and suddenly they all went into panic and trying to defend themselves, not getting a penalty. And then they got a penalty. that's how it is. But we have some small battles. Let's see if we can capture some of them in the 2D mode here. We have a battle against Kaladraka and VH, and then we have Sean Bourne and Kirkwall. I think Sean Bourne Kirkwall will unfold in a few sec. So let's see if we can get that on the 2D view. Here we have Sean Bourne. He's currently against Ramon. No, he didn't jibe away, but Kirkwall coming in now. Kirkwall coming in, trying to do some dirty on Sean Bourne. React straight away, and if they are battling too much, then we can see Kaladraka. We can see VH DPR. They're taking over their position. Sean Bourne defending himself, penalizing Kirkwall there. Great race by Sean Bourne. So Chambadou in second. Ramon coming in here in the next positions. Then let's see the boats coming in. Sean Bourne after that defense. Coming in fourth, Kaladraka, VH, Kirkwall, penalize VH on the finish line. Norshirts, please hire me, Lordbury. No close battles, Bandito, core team. Here we see Greek 9, he doesn't want to finish last. He just managed to survive that. EVT coming in last. Yavino with a victory. It's the first time we see him win today. Chambadou in second, Ramon in third, Sean Bourne in fourth. Defending himself against Kirkwall, and see that costed 3 positions to Kirkwall, that penalty. So don't get penalized downwind. Kaladraka 5th, VH 6, Kirkwall 7, Norshires 8, please hire me 9, Lordbury 10th, Argonay 11, core team 12, Bandito 13. From 2 podio positions to 2 bad positions. Bandito having a mixed day, but I know the Nacra 17 is not his favorite boat. And Greek 9, either it's Friday and he's getting too much sake back home in Greece, or else he's not that focused tonight in the race. Lord Brewer with the best start. Jose with most penalties and most jibes. Shortest distance Yavinho, and that's the winner. And he came into that position from the start, doing the best upwind leg in the first upwind leg. But let's see the battle down here. Interesting to see. Please hire me coming from all the way from 13 to 9. And then also seeing a court team coming from 16 to 12 in the downwind race. So a lot of players were attacking each other too much and didn't focus on the race. And it's also quite interesting to see how this will, what this will do. This was race number 4. Oh, they shortened up the race, only doing 4 races. So there's a discard now, and we're going into a middle race, counting double. So let's see the result before the middle race. Yavinho is going to have 21 points, and are in the lead. Second place Ramon, 21 points. Third place is Samuel with 23 points. Let's see it bigger. Bandito 25, VH 25, Martin Fernandez 28. So top 6 are going to have a very close battle for the top 3 positions. Norshirts, he can sneak in and take it. Lord Bury also. Then Bradley Adam, Kirkwall, Kaladranka, Sean Bourne, EVT, core team, Agonay, Chambodru, Greek 9, Jose, Renacito, and Arthur doesn't have a chance to come into the lead. But interesting to see here what's going on here. 9, 8, 9, 9, 12. So interesting. Very, very close what's going to happen in top 6 in the next race. And dear chat, dear viewers, who will win the race today? Who will take it? We're going into the middle race, and it's going to be the F50 with 19 sailors, or is it only top 10? Let's see what they're saying. It looks like we're going to have all sailors with us in that final, and that's going to be a very crazy race. And we're joining the server there. We have our favorite boat, the EF50, the Sail DP boat, getting ready for it. And that will be quite interesting to see that in the 2D view, the most of the race. See if we can capture one of the boats. But we'll try to follow the leading pack. The race hasn't started yet. See a huge starting line going from boundary to boundary. So this is more all about making sure you're not getting a penalty, making sure you are also getting a good position towards the starting line. So, and it's all about the first reach mark up there in front of them. How will they manage to go in there? We're waiting for the race officers to start the race. We're getting ready for the middle race. This is the last race of tonight. It's also 12 midnight here in the northern part of Europe. I know the Portuguese is 11. Oh, and then we have the server glitch. So 2 seconds, guys. We will, as fast as we can, sneak in. Then we're just opening the 2D mode and just to follow what's happening here. Let's sneak a little bit out while we're getting ready for going back into the race. 20 seconds to the start. Right now we're trying to follow the pack in the lead. Let's follow out so we can see all boats. Here we see it from behind. We see the boats coming in. Let's take the British boat here. Coming in here, all the boats getting ready. Let's see how they're placing themselves like a pack of bees coming into that starting line. It's all about not doing a false start. One boat is close to a false start. Has to slow down. That's Akane and didn't manage to do it. We have VH TPR in a good position. Caladraka in the middle here. Let's see the mark rounding here. This is the reach mark rounding coming in here. It's VH TPR first. Let's zoom a little bit in. Let's see penalty to Caladraka. Oh, it's going very slow here. I don't know the players are experienced this slow experience. Also Jose coming in, Lotbury, Sean Bourne. Oh, please hire me. Everybody coming in. Penalty galore in that mark rounding there. We're getting ready to go to the next gate mark rounding. Who will come in and take it there? And it's like watching the EF50 in slow-mo today. I don't know what's happening with the game. But let's see how it's going. We're getting ready for the gate mark. Right now it's VH TPR first. Chambodru coming second. Then we have Yavinho, Greek 9, Norshirt's core team, Renasido, Ramon, please hire me. And if it feels like this, I know why it feels like this. I have to say it. It's because CLTP is going to do some tests with this with their boat, and also test how next season might be, because they are so warm to do a season 2. And that's a very great news for all of us that season 2 is coming in. Great mark rounding, but in the lead still. In the lead. Let's follow the leading pack up here. It's VH TPR, it's Chambodru, it's Yavinho, it's Norset. So Yavinho is going to take the victory. Ramon is still with us. One penalty to Renasido. It looks like he crosses crossed the boundary and got a penalty. Let's see Chambon coming in there. Oh, that's a huge cross. Has to go behind the other boats to avoid a penalty there. So that's what's happening. Opposite side, Greek 9 going in. This is one of his favorite boats, but currently he's in 6. But remember, 18 boats from the start. It's pretty hard to do it. Normally when we see him in action, we are seeing him doing 8 versus 8. We are getting ready to the top mark round zone, and we'll get the 2D mode in there so we can see what happens up there. We have VH TPR coming first. He will enter the picture in a few seconds. Opposite side, Chambodru. It's quite interesting to see how they will round. This 2D view is really showing tactics. There we have VH TPR coming first. Then we have Chambodru coming in second. Yavinho going to the closest mark, the straightforward mark. He might win meters on Chambodru. We can see it up there. Oh, there he speeds up. He's actually winning meters on him. Ramon tacking in. Greek 9 penalizing Norshirts. Renasido coming in. Jose, core team, Kirk will. Jose will penalize. Kirk will. Bandito with a penalty. Please hire me. Core team with a penalty. Interesting to see these mark roundings, to see how they are penalizing each other. Let's go downwind to the leading pack. VH TPR, Chambodru, Ramon, and Yavinho. 4 boats has sneaked away. Greek 9 in he's having a close call. If it's going better for him, he might sneak in and take it. But see, normally downwind in these boat types, we are seeing 45 knots to 50 knots. Today, there's a low wind. We see 21 knots. That's lower wind than we normally see, upwind. So nobody will come with speed from behind and take it. Let's see if we can take a top view on the mark roundings. Let's see if we can get it in here. There we have the mark roundings with us. Mark roundings coming in here. The first boats coming in. They're all choosing to go to the far side or to the right hand side. Chambadru going into he's not going all the way out to the ley line. Then we have Ramon hitting the mark. Greek 9 coming in. Also getting close. Northshirts behind him. Renacito also coming in. In front of them we see Please Hire Me, Jose. But it looks like it's going to be a victory to VHDPR if he's not doing any mistakes. Penalty to Lopburi. It's very slow. This looks like San Francisco Bay, where we suddenly saw the Chinese team losing momentum, coming from 30 knots to 5 knots, and they couldn't get speed back in the boat, and they lost from second place to, as I remember, last place in a gate mark rounding. There we go. Bandito coming in. Jose. But it's in the lead. It's VHTPR. He's untouchable. Javino in second. Can Chambadru come close enough to him? No, he's 150 meters behind. But Ramon and Chambadru is going to battling it out. And that's an interesting battle for who will take the next step. Let's see what happens here. Ramon in a position where he can pressure some Chambadru. So that's quite interesting. Let's see if we can capture them in the 2D mode, just to see what will happen for them. See how that will come in. There we have the cam. Now he's too far away here. Ramon too far away to do anything. Let's jump up to the top mark just to see what will happen up there. First to round VHDPR. Javinho, he has caught up a little bit, but it's too late. Oh, VHDPR is actually doing some bad jibes downwind, some maneuvering, but he's getting more speed than Javinho, so he's getting away. Chambadru coming in. It looks like the boats are slower downwind than upwind. It's the first time I'm seeing that. 21, so 23 upwind to Greek 9, 22 downwind to Javino. So the boats are faster upwind today than downwind. Amazing what we're seeing here. See the marks roundings there. Great view of what's happening, and penalty to Lopburi for sailing in front of Kirkwell. Penalty to Bandito there in the battle against Renacito. First boat crossing the finish line in the middle race. VHTBR winning. Javinho is taking second. Then we have Chambadru taking fourth. And then we are waiting for the rest of the fleet to come in here. It's going to be very close. Are we going to have some battles at the reach mark? Interesting if we're going to see that. Let's go to the 2D view to see it here. There we have Jose crossing it. No, we are following Jose, so we are not seeing it. Please Hire Me coming in. Renacito. Then we see it here. Bandito coming in front. Close call for the mark. Lopburi. Penalty to Kirkwell for sailing in front of Northjet. Argonet coming in, core team. Sean Bourne, defensive position, core team, getting a penalty for sailing into Sean Bourne. And EVT, he might take over that position here. Let's see. Core team still in a penalty. Yeah, it's too late. EVT takes second last. Core team ends up last in the middle race. Interesting race. VHTPR with a victory. Javinho second. I think that finalized that he's going to win. And then we have Chambadru third, Ramon fourth, Greek 9 fifth, Jose 6, Please Hire Me 7, Renacito 8, Bandito 9, Lopburi 10, Northshirts 11, Kirkwell 12. Then we have Argonet 13, Chambon 14, EVT 15, core team 16, 2 boats lost connection. And watching it here, best start to Northjet. Very good start, actually. He also had the best wind speed, not the fastest speed. And then we see in this race, top speed 13.7. That's the lowest top speed I ever seen in the EF50. So a hard way to race this one. We can also see Norshirts, he lost it. He lost at the top mark towards the reach mark. In between the reach mark and the finish line, he got a penalty, and see there, dropping from 6 to 11. And that will change everything in the scoreboard. Let's see who is going to win this race today. It's not been upgraded yet, so let's go into studio. We're getting ready to see who's winning this LDLD battle today, and the result is in, and it's actually a very, very, very close race with this medal race. So hold on tight. This is, I have to say, this was on the finish line. It ended up. Javino is winning today's race with 11 points. Second place, Ramon. And Ramon here got fourth. If you got third instead of, then he has been winning this race. Javino got second. VHTPR winning third with that victory there. Then we have Bandito getting fourth. Martin Fernandez fifth. Samuel Sanchez. He had such a good start, but then he had a DNF disconnection in last race. So he drops to 6. Kirkwill 7. Lord Brewery 8. Northshirts 9. Chambodru 10th. Bradley Adam 11, Greek 9, 12, Chambon 13, EVT 14, Jose 15, Agane 16, Caladrak 17, Cortin 18, Ranacido 19, and Arthur didn't come to the start today. That was it from today. Thank you to the e-sailing club LDLN, the Spanish community there with some international sailors. Fantastic organizing, straightforward. 1 hour's racing, love it. Thank you for organizing it. Always love to do something with the community. Remember one thing, we love to support you in the community. Please to support us on the eSailing TV. Like and share what we're doing, or subscribe our channels. Cheers out and have a good weekend.
Morning, good afternoon to all of you eSailing fans around the world. Welcome to eSailing TV.
We are in Marseille, we are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy.
So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that zero.